You care. So hi everybody, this is Facebook Live, Terry Gillespie. Yeah, he's been around the block. Haven't you, Terry?
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, I've been around the block a few times. I've been chased. You know why I'm around the block? I grew up in North Philly. People were chasing me, and that's why I ran around the block a few times.
Exactly. I love people from Philly. Oh my gosh. It's the best place to be. They're much friendlier than in New York, and they're a little bit chatty. They like to talk, so they're great to interview, Terry. New Yorkers.
Well, that's good, because I like to chat it up. You know, I don't like to be told to shut up. You know, that's why they kicked me out of Catholic school. They said, out.
They kicked me out of Catholic school because I snuck in. I was Jewish, and they were like, nope, not yet.
Funny. Actually, Linda Smith had a joke about it. If Jews had nuns, they would look like, and I can't remember what the punchline was.
I'll be darned.
If Jews had nuns, they would look like Baba, and I can't remember. Anyway, she always got laughs. She always got laughs off that line.
Because there's a Linda Smith that teaches comedy at Caroline's, and she's now in charge of all the new talent.
You know, that might be her. That may be the babe.
Yeah. So, Terry Gillespie, tell all my people, you know, because... What?
Right, she was a brunette. I know she was a brunette. That I know.
Yes.
Actually, I worked with her. I take that back. I worked with her, and then I saw her in New York. But when I lived in Boston for a couple of years, and she was one of the Boston acts that moved to New York.
Oh, okay, awesome. She's real tight with my. Go ahead. The audio.
I'm just speaking comedy now. I mean, the only thing I know is comedy. So you ask me stuff, and it all comes out in comedy.
Okay, let's do that. So, how many years ago or decades ago did you start? And what city did you start in?
I started doing stand-up in San Francisco in 1981. I started acting in theater in 1977. So I got about 4 years of theater in, and then I jumped ship and started doing stand-up when I moved to California.
Wow. Well, that explains how you know my friend Stephen Pearl.
Pearl! He's a genius.
Yeah.
The guy is a genius.
Freaking genius.
He is. I love the Pearl.
The guy's crazy.
Yeah, you know what's great about it was I was able to get in touch with him. I'm now friends with him on Facebook, and I hadn't seen or spoken to him in 30 years.
Wow.
And then when I moved down here, I've only known Pearl now on Facebook for about 6 months, but I'm so glad that we have reconnected, even if it's through technology.
That's amazing. Yeah, he's so funny. When I just moved here from Portland to Vegas. So it's like the 5th city I've done comedy in. And when I got here, he introduced me to all kinds of people. He's just amazing, and he's so willing to help. I'm going to interview him on Facebook Live tomorrow at noon.
Okay.
You have to get on there and hassle him.
So can I watch tomorrow at noon?
Yes, please, and hassle him. Write some questions that I should ask him that might embarrass him or make him laugh out of left field. You know, what was the drug you were doing in 1981? What was that drug? Just kidding.
Who, me? I'm a pothead.
Yeah, I know. I mean, back in the day, and you know.
Oh, Pearl? What was Pearl doing? Oh, Pearl. Holy shit! Look, I don't know. I was there, you know, for the whole early '80s, craziness in San Fran, and I could not afford to party, as they say.
Yes.
I didn't have the money. Luckily, thank God, because I didn't make that much money in comedy, and I'm really cheap. And those two things have saved me and my health.
Exactly.
There was a lot of guys back then that were making a lot of money, and they were spending their 23 hours a day off stage, indulgent, so to say.
Jeez, it's crazy.
That's the problem with comedy. You work an hour a day, and then you got 23 hours to get into trouble.
Yes, and a lot of the clubs supply it. I mean, can we talk?
Well, in Boston they did. They did it right in front of me. The Comedy Works in Boston. He literally, Dominic, a little Italian guy. This little Italian guy, Dominic, he had a big scar across the base of his nose. He said to me, the first night I worked for him, he said to me, "How do you want to get paid, green or white?" I'm not kidding.
That's hilarious.
Not kidding. He said that. I looked at him. I'm going, I had just moved to Boston when he said that. I still, without missing a beat, I looked at Dominic and I said, "Hey, I'm Irish. Green, my friend, green." Although some of them did not go for the green. I watched it. It's the thing about, I'm going to have to wait until everybody's dead before I can write the memoir.
That's so true. Yep. Have to be careful. So.
Yeah, I saw a lot of crazy shit, and I stayed in the background so they wouldn't throw me out. So one night they were having a big party at the Holy City Zoo, and I hid up in the rafters watching the whole thing go down, and they didn't even know I was there.
Wow, that's the way to do it. Yeah. So what do you think about how comedy has changed over all these decades from the 80s when you started?
Well, when I started, look, I didn't really have great comedic talent or ability, but I was a warm body, and back in the 80s, they just needed warm bodies on stage to fill the time. And I'm going, hey, shit, I'll do that. No problem there. I don't want to work for a living. I don't want a day job. Sure, I'll do whatever you want. You're gonna pay me $200 to drive to Portland? I'll go.
Where'd you go in Portland?
And it was comedy. Well, if I had to go out of town for $200 to Portland, I remember my first road gig. I got paid $200 to go to Portland, and I thought that I made it. I said, "Holy crap! I'm into this! I got $200."
I was with Harvey's Comedy Club. I was with Harvey's Comedy Club in Portland. Did you play there? Did you do your comedy there?
It was the first time I went on the road was January of '84, and was that club operating then?
Yeah, it would have been Barry Colin, a short Jewish guy, Barry Colin, Kohlin.
Wow, that's a tough one. I know I stayed at the Booker's house, and it was a woman.
And it was a woman at the time. Was it?
No, it was a woman. It was the woman that let me stay at her house. I was working that club that week, and it was funny. They hired me because comics back then would cancel on a moment's notice for more money.
What?
Back then, everybody canceled all the time for more money.
Wow.
That's how I got the gig. Somebody said, "Oh, I got offered $300 to go somewhere else," so he bailed out, and I took the spot. And that's how I stayed employed, because there were so many comedians that were constantly canceling for more money.
Wow.
And they would throw the bones my way, and I'd take them.
Wow. So, what's the fun?
You know who's famous for that? Bobby Collins.
No way.
Watched him do it in Philly. I watched him in Philadelphia look at Clay Geary just before the show started. And he said, "I want more money."
Oh my gosh.
He tried to jam Clay Geary for more money he tried to jam Clay Geary as the music's playing, introing, bringing up the headliner, right? And Clay Geary looked at me and said, he went, "You can go home now." Tried to jam him. Clay Geary immediately said, "Okay, go home."
Wow. Holy Toledo. What's your best thing?
So anyway,
What's the best thing that ever happened on stage when somebody heckled you?
Best what?
Best thing that ever happened when you heckled somebody? When somebody heckled you?
I had a couple bad shows with hecklers, couple bad ones. Not, I never liked talking to the audience. That was out. I didn't want to ever talk to the audience other than to be rhetorical. I never wanted to really get personal with anybody in the crowd.
Got it.
To me, that was a Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Some comics only work the room. Jim Gillespie, there was a comic out of the Midwest named Jim Gillespie, and he had no jokes. All he had was crowd work. All he could do was crowd work.
Boy, I'll tell you, like Adam Hunter can do an hour of crowd work. And there's all jokes in there, and he makes the people feel like this is the first time he's done it. He's a master.
I know. Some people were amazing at that. Not me.
Not me. No.
So I made faces.
Yes, you're Mr. Rubberface.
I reverted to Jerry Lewis. I reverted to Red Skelton. I reverted to Crazy Guggenheim. That's how I was able to, that was my shtick. My shtick was act retarded, make faces, be dysfunctional on stage. Let women realize. Here's my secret. I wanted women in the audience to say, "Thank God I'm not married to that."
And then they'll go home and want to be with their husbands one more day.
Yes, because I had a lot of women that laughed at me. More women laughed at me than men because they all looked at me and went, "Thank God he's not my problem."
So you actually helped sex lives. You were like the Dr. Ruth of comedy.
Well, I even said that one night. I had a couple chicks in the front row. When I was working some club in Jersey, I was working a club in Cherry Hill, and these two beautiful broads in the front row were laughing hysterically at me, and I thought, they're going to go home and have sex with their husbands, and I got to drive back to Pennsylvania.
There's a couple people on here that want me to tell you hello, Terry. Chris Fonseca,
Right.
Crazy Legs.
Chris Fonseca, holy crap. Wow, wait a minute. Why do I know that guy?
He happens to be in a wheelchair. He calls himself Crazy Legs.
Oh my God. Wow.
And then let's see here.
That's a flashback.
Ms. Arkansas says to say hello. I think she's telling me to tell you hello. So I'm telling you hello.
Okay.
John Caponera is watching.
Who?
John Caponera?
John Capaneris, what a great comedian. Look,
Thank
the fact
you.
that he even mentioned me, I'm honored. I'm honored to be in the company of John Capaneris. Let me tell you that.
Totally. Totally.
Oh my God, John Capaneris. John Capaneris did the most brilliant bit about Elvis Presley impersonators in Vegas. Man, it was just killer.
I'm dying to hear it. I'm here in Vegas. I moved here 4 months ago from Portland, and I was not busy one night, so I popped into the Tropicana and caught John Caponera, and then I got to talking to him afterwards. He's such a delight. Such a great guy.
Oh, he's a great man.
And I died
Great
laughing.
guy.
I was
Yeah, Campaneris is one of those guys I idolized Campaneris when I first started doing stand-up.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I took a lot of your time, but do you want people to follow you on social media or follow you to your home? Where do you want people to follow you?
Oh, I don't care. They can follow me anywhere they want. You know, they can even tailgate. You can tailgate me. I'll go slow.
Put on the brakes and make some money.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Terry. Terry Gillespie, you guys.
Thank you for reaching out, man. You have made my day.
Oh, that's so awesome. We got to do something. This makes my day to get to know you better and let my people get to know you. Miss Arkansas says, tell him I hope to work with him one day. Miss Arkansas from Vegas, she wants to work with you someday.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
She's funny. Oh my gosh. I can see the two of you on stage at the same time. That'd be a great bill. Just the two of you.
That's the two of you.
Yeah. Cynthia's.
Look, I got 3 marriages under my belt. All I want to do now is flirt.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big flirt. Yeah. Everybody's sending up hearts to you.
Good. Wow, people like me still. That's great.
Isn't that amazing? That's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So, what's your we can't bet in Vegas. So, what's your best bet on what day and what time this whole shenanigan thing is going to end, and we're going to all make it through it, and nobody else is going to die?
Man, I got to be honest with you. President Trump revised it back 2 weeks, so you're not going to see movement, economic movement, probably until the beginning of April. But there are sections of the country that are not in crisis, and where I'm living here in Florida right now, it's all tourism, so that's shut down. But everybody is everybody's driving around. There's people are not hunkered down. They're 6 feet apart, but every 6 feet there's one of them.
All right.
And, I'd rather be 6 feet horizontal than 6 feet vertical. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Terry Gillespie. Bye. Thank you. Love you lots.
Thanks.
Bye.
God bless you, darling.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What a sweetheart. That was amazing. Isn't he great? That was so fun. Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here. He was so fun to talk to. So later today, I'm going to be interviewing Richard Chasler, who's got about 25 or 30 years of comedy experience under his belt. And if you want to get on here and let me interview you and we can have some fun and get to know each other, just holler. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to put this up on Facebook. Feel free to share it. Bye.